I wanted to share some differences that I've noticed in the last couple of years with how podcast microphones are being used in YouTube videos and not. So traditionally, years ago, you would not have a microphone present in the YouTube video. You would have a shotgun mic or something that was somewhat concealed or hidden in order to feel a little more intimate and natural, like I'm just talking to you. Then what happened is when podcasts came along and we wanted to also improve sound quality, it made sense to have a microphone maybe in your shot. And I think that there's some hidden benefits to this that have just formed over the years, which is when you see, or at least when I see a podcast microphone in a social media clip, okay, or I see it on YouTube, there are two things that I think of. Number one is, okay, this is going to be a little more laid back and casual. So it relieves this expectation in my mind that I'm expecting to see some like retention edited Mr. Beast styled video. This is going to be more conversational. It might also be more long form. That's one of the things when you go on Dan Coe's YouTube channel, his videos are like 20, 30 minutes long. And I think part of what sets the expectation that it's just going to be that way is when you see the podcast microphone in the shot. You're like, oh, cool. We're having a normal laid back conversation. So it's funny how the roles have reversed there a little bit, where before having no microphone in the shot would actually feel like it's more conversational and natural. But now years later, the microphone, the podcast microphone has become a symbol for casualness, for, hey, no, I am trying to connect with you. This may not be crazy edited, but the information is going to be hopefully valuable. So I think this is a huge advantage for creators that have not played the game on YouTube, have been afraid to start putting out more video in general. This is your chance because it's opening up the floodgates to being like, hey, this is going to be uncut, unedited, raw. I might be awkward. Sorry, that's just how I am. And there's something about the type of audience that attracts and the viewers that it attracts. Yes, you might certainly repel a percentage of the audience who's, oh, this is too slow for me. I don't like podcasts on YouTube. That's fine. What you're left with are the people that actually do. And even if it grows slower, it's going to be a more concentrated, higher converting crowd. Alex Hormozy is another example of this ever since he made the announcement about his content strategy shifting and going towards more long form stuff and uploading his podcasts, like recording podcasts specifically for his show instead of just repurposing other stuff for it. You'll notice that a lot of the videos on his channel are now beginning to be 30 minutes or an hour long, where it's a black curtain behind, and then you've got a normal desk and you've got a podcast microphone that's present. That's saying everything that it needs to, in the sense that, hey, don't expect any cool visual effects and crazy things when you come to this video. Only come here, only click if you're interested in the information or education that I'm going to be discussing. So that's just something to keep in mind. Social, I think, has a very similar impact. When you see clips on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or TikToks where there is a podcast microphone present, instead of judging the clip to be perfect as if it was recorded for you, you give it a little more leeway going, oh, cool, this was a clip that was pulled from a longer episode. There's going to be some nuance here. I have to jump into the conversation and understand what's going on. So there's also obviously the other benefits of having clips that are coming from podcasts, which is the casualness of it. You're not really being awkward or feeling like super observed as when you're just talking directly to the camera. You might be talking to another guest and it captures them or you in your best moments. So there's this casualness that comes with it, but also I think forgiveness. So there's a certain level of forgiveness that people will have when it comes to listening to a podcast versus listening to a traditional YouTube video or a traditional 30-second TikTok. So the microphone is really powerful. Just by, it doesn't need to be the best microphone, the professional grade ones that you're seeing everywhere. Any microphone that you have set up in your shot can work in your favor in helping communicate some of these unspoken things that I just talked about. But I want to know what you think. Let me know if you have noticed this as well, and try to observe subconsciously, like when you have watched clips on social that are from podcasts or YouTube videos that have these mics in them. What's your thought process? What do you expect from that video, and how do you feel about it? I appreciate you hanging out. I hope this was useful. Thanks so much, and check out all the free tools and all that good stuff in the description below or at mizhq.com. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.